KVCI.blogspot.com. I'm George Boston Rines in Valdosta, Georgia. I'm standing at a local newsstand today to highlight and point out that on the front page of the Valdosta Daily Times reads, Childress sworn in as Chief. Other words, Chief of Police. Chief Childress, who I got the greatest respect for. Much like Chief Simon, I have nothing against them. But isn't it amazing that the Valdosta Daily Times editor, local television stations and radio stations can publish for the archival record for coming generations to see that this is a historic memory that should be carried into the 21st century. However, we were at a city council meeting here in Valdosta, Georgia just a few weeks ago. And do you not know that the Honorable President, Floyd E. Rose, spoke, and yet nothing was published in the Valdosta Daily Times?
Ain't that something?
Thank you, sir. That is so true. We have so much news in Valdosta that is not being reported to the general public. And I have been fighting this for at least 10 to 20 years. It's amazing what goes on in our community that is never reported. And my beautiful brother, you come on going to, this is not a black or white issue. This is a right issue. When we have public meetings here in Valdosta, Georgia, home of Booty Air Force Base, and the beat of what goes on, they never publish it to the general public. That means the people are living in a state of ignorance. And that's what I've been fighting for a long time. What do you think about that?
I agree with you.
Thank you. You from here?
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
I'm from the South.
All right, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too.
Appreciate you for having the concern enough to even get into the clip.
I agree with you.
Yes, sir.
And it's people like you that's going to take and bring it to the forefront, hopefully.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have over 2,000 videos on YouTube. I'm showing, look, Moody Air Force Base. We home of Moody Air Force Base. What we have here is unbelievable. I'm retired military. I put 21 years in the military. And to come back to Valdosta, sir, and to see the oppression and control of the news, check this, in the county commissioner's building, they got a little pyramid-shaped area for us to stand and record, including TV stations. In the Southern Regional Library, they have an 8-foot long by 4 feet square oblong square for all of us to get in, and in the back of the room. It's like as if though they don't want the general public to know. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is so true, and I'm glad that people know what's going on. It's not just me. The only difference between me and others is that we are determined to make America be what America has said she was since it was founded. And so this is what we want America to do, to stand up to what she put on paper. And so I'm getting back to my point. Chief Childress, this will be a historical reference that anybody could come and look at. But yet when we had a 105 vehicle motorcade from Hayhira to Folsom Bridge in memory of Mayor Turner, it was a whiteout. In Brooks County, October the 17th, 2012, there was a meeting of the Board of Elections where election irregularities was brought up to the forefront to such a degree that Brian P. Kemp, the Secretary of State, sent an investigator in from Macon, Georgia. And when the Macon, Georgia representative came to Brooks County, it was a whiteout. Not one word of the thing of what was published in the Equipment Free Press, nor in the Valdosta Daily Times. No television station, no radio. It was a total whiteout. And you all know we had 3 Valdosta City School Boards of Education meetings wherein they talked about having blacks in positions of authority, and yet the newspaper, the television, and the radio didn't see enough interest in respect for freedom of the press, freedom of speech, to inform the general public. And so we have retired military veterans. We have base and wing commanders out at Booty Air Force Base don't know that we had a person to stand up for the First Amendment here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, a metro city. And I'm going to continue to say what I'm saying because I served my country. I put my life on the line. And when my commander told me to pick up the M16 and go fight for this nation, I went willingly because I believe in this nation. But how can I come home and see what I see today. It is as if though the old Valdosta 1860 charter mentality is alive and well, which said in section 100, paragraph 11, that the mayor and council shall pass all proper and necessary laws and ordinances for the control and suppression of blacks, and to abate all nuisances arising from hogs, dogs, horses, and other animals in Valdosta and for other causes. And that was a disgrace. That disgraceful charter was reluctantly removed in 2004. But the Valdosta Daily Times, approving the local television stations, are proving, the local radio stations are proving that 1860 charter mentality is alive and well. And under our form of government, it's not a black or white thing, it's a right thing. We have a First Amendment right. We have a right for our commanders and our sons and our daughters who put their life on the line at Moody Air Force Base. They have a right to know what's going on in their communities. When their children and children outside of our area want to come here to visit and to go to school at Valdosta State University, they need to know that we've had 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009, and from 2009 to present, we don't know because the Valdosta Daily Times won't publish it. And so we are left in a state of ignorance. So who would want to send their children to a community where nobody cares about the loss of human life? I don't like criminals either. I want them punished to the fullest extent of the law. But should not we have a right to know that they are dying in a jail in a little old metropolitan city like Valdosta? We are leading Fulton County in Atlanta in jail deaths. And yet the Secretary of State, the Justice Department, the G.B.R, the FBI, nobody is asking any questions about this human life. And many of them, listen, many of them were military veterans. And so you say you love our veterans? Somebody is lying. My brothers and sisters, somebody is lying. For if you love Jesus, if you love the patriots, then you would love your fellow American citizens and you would stand up to try to bring about a change. Once again, the only reason I'm doing this is because I love America, and I love free speech, and I love the freedom of the press, and I love because we have freedom of religion. But there come a time in this nation when if we don't stand up, we're going to lose it, y'all. We are going to lose it. And so on behalf of all the good American people, this is George Boston Rhymes, kbci.blogspot.com. George Boston Rhymes, just piggyback off of what in the Valdosta Daily Times and talk about what they have excluded. And they continue to pretend that there was no tree that fell in the forest and that the forest does not even exist when we know the difference. Once again, the only reason I cut this is because somebody got to tell the truth so Valdosta can receive the change that it needs. And our sons and daughters now serving at Moody Air Force Base, Fort Stewart, and other military installations in the state of Georgia will know what's going on in their community. Moreover, America's Georgia got 5 to 8 newspapers, and we only have one. And I'm going to continue to say it, that something must be done here in Valdosta, Georgia, so that people will not live in a state of ignorance. And that old 1860 charter that have been prevalent and been alive and been carried out here in Valdosta will no longer exist, because we will have moved on from the 1860 into the 21st century area. Bye-bye, we gone.